a special helmet and a glove, and you're off.
You're gone, John. You're his.
VR's come a long way, and there's never been a better time to join in. The VR industry isn't quite the multi-billion-dollar powerhouse that flat-screen gaming is, but that is due to change, and that's where you come in. The biggest problem with VR has been its slow adoption rate due to its high barrier of entry. Mostly due to the cost of high-end PCs, expensive non-consumer HMDs that are experimental prototypes, and a lack of worthy content. But in the past few years, that really has all changed. To make the minimum specs of most VR headsets, all you need is a GTX 970, and that's a 5-year-old mid-grade GPU. You need a quad-core CPU and only 8GB of RAM. HMDs have dropped in relative price to their introductory price, and more recently, a used market for Vives and Oculus Rifts has emerged, with people looking to upgrade to the newly announced HMDs. If you're on a tight budget, a full-blown PC VR experience is possible, and to be honest, that's the first time that's ever been able to be said. It's always been extremely cost prohibitive. Content is really the exciting part where VR has grown. Personally, some of my favorite games I've ever played have been on VR. It's been a ride watching VR go from this to this. And some more titles like Stormland are on the way. Not to mention an exclusive Star Wars game called Vader Immortal. If budget isn't a huge concern, the Oculus Rift S and Valve Index were just recently announced and set to be available around May 2019. The Rift S has a slight bump in resolution over the CV1, as well as using inside-out tracking using multiple cameras on the headset. I personally am a fan of outside-in tracking due to its absolute reliability in competitive games, like having the controllers behind your back, but many that have gotten their hands on the Rift S reported no problems with it. It's priced at $399, and that's the whole package. There's no extra controllers or trackers needed. The HMD I'm most excited about is definitely the Valve Index. Not much is known about it other than some leaked information regarding its package deals, some speculation on resolution, and the overall design, but it is looking to be one of the most impressive VR headsets we have seen. However, it may be pricey. I'm going to be ordering this headset on day one, so I will have unboxings and reviews here. I will also be updating this channel with any big news from Valve regarding the Index, as we're still getting information leading up to its pre-order date. Finally, the Oculus Quest may be the most interesting HMD to be announced for May. It is a fully capable VR headset, but it doesn't require a PC and is completely wireless. It runs off of the Snapdragon 835 and will only run Oculus exclusive games, but you can think of it essentially as a VR console, and it's mobile. While it may not be able to keep up with the graphical fidelity of its PC VR counterparts, it has been proven to run quite a few ports that are graphically intensive. I bet the graphics settings are turned down a notch. It uses the same inside-out tracking as the Rift S, but with one less sensor. I think that's a little bit better for a mobile console, as it would kind of be a pain to set it up every time you want to move to a different room. This is a great option for people that are interested in VR, that have no access to a gaming PC, and it's only $399, same price as Rift S. That's also pretty similar to the price of a new gaming console. I will be getting a Quest on day one as well, so stay tuned for info on that. So yes, now is the time to get into VR. Whether you want to get there on a budget or go all out on enthusiast hardware, there's an option for that finally. It might sound like I'm trying to convince you to join up in VR, but that's kind of because I am. The more people we get enjoying VR, the better the VR hardware gets, and more importantly, the software will get. When VR does blast off, every dev and publisher is going to be working to capitalize on the success, and there's nothing quite like competition that drives an industry in the right direction, both in terms of software titles as well as hardware. By joining now, you truly are pioneering into the future of gaming, just like the early adopters of Pong, or being an arcade junkie, or downloading Doom from a shareware server. The industry is changing, and you could be a part of that. So thank you so much for watching. There truly is an option for almost everyone at this point in time, and I'm extremely excited for what the future holds for VR. This is my first video on this channel, so I kept the details fairly minimal as an introduction, but some more concise videos are on their way, particularly regarding my thoughts on the somewhat arbitrary exclusives of Oculus games. Stay tuned for more information on the Oculus Quest and Valve Index. As I said, I will be getting both on day one of consumer release. Go ahead and subscribe to stay updated, and I truly hope that you take the jump with me right into virtual reality.